Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chad, I'm your Tall Tailor. Before we get started, follow me on Instagram at the Tall Tailor and subscribe to the channel, guys. Come on, we're almost at 20K. Let's keep the ball rolling. In this video, we're gonna be making belt loops. Belt loops are really quick, easy, and simple, and they're like an essential part of making any pants, jeans. So let's make them. I'm currently making these pants. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make belt loops so you can add them to any kind of pants that you want. Really quick, really easy, simple. Let's get to sewing. But before we start, I want to show you guys what a belt loop looks like. The anatomy of a belt loop. Here is our beautiful belt loop. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in and see this belt loop. Ooh. You can kind of see on the edges, it's a piece of fabric that is folded over and then stitched twice on the top. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be taking a piece of fabric, folding it, and stitching it twice. All belt loops are different in a sense, and they're also the same in another sense. They're the same because they're the same steps to make one, but different slightly because they're gonna be different in terms of length and in terms of width. That's pretty much where the differences lie. This belt loop, for example, is 1/2 inch wide by 2.5 inches long. Relatively, you want your belt loops to be 1/2 inch wide. On the smaller end, 3/8 of an inch, and on the larger end, you know, around 3/4 of an inch. So in that general range, that's the belt loops I've seen. When it comes to the length, you can make them on the shorter end, 2.5 inches like this. I've also seen a belt loop that's 3 inches long, and that's because you don't want to make it any smaller because the belt sizes that you have on most normal belts are either 1.5 inches wide like this, or a little bit smaller. You'll get something that's like a 1 inch. Maybe if it's a braided belt, it could be a little bit smaller. Sometimes you get like thicker belts that are like 1 and 3/4 of an inch wide. But this is a good general space for the belt loop because it's going to accommodate most belts. Now that we have this done, let's go over the folding that we need for a belt loop. When we make our belt loop, we're going to take a strip of fabric. This is my strip of fabric, and we're going to be folding it twice, stitching it, and then chopping it to size. So we get one long strip of fabric. I'm going to be making 4 belt loops from the strip of fabric. And I want each belt loop to be 4 inches long. I'm making them a little bit longer. So this is 18 inches long because first step that we have to do when it comes to the belt loop is we're going to be making one fold. Our first fold is we're folding the width of the fabric in by about 1/2 an inch. This is 5/8 of an inch. So I'm taking this on the iron and I'm folding it by about 1/2 an inch. One thing I like about belt loops and most things in pants is you can customize these so much. I've seen belt loops that are contrast colors with contrast stitching. I've seen belt loops that are sort of stitched below the waistband, stitched above the waistband. So many things you can do when it comes to belt loops and pants in general. So I think pants are a really cool medium when it comes to expressing your creativity with sewing. Really dope, really cool stuff. I'm just gonna keep on yapping. When we iron it, I flip it over, iron it again. Make sure it's nice and pressed. Use a little bit of steam, that didn't hurt. Our first fold, it's looking nice and beautiful, nice and clean. Now we're gonna be doing you guessed it, our second fold. All right, so we can do our second fold right on top. And I'm going to make sure that it's really, really close to the edge. Really, really close. Ooh, iron's kind of hot. Obviously, why did I say the iron's hot? Obviously the iron's hot. Seems like a skill issue. Okay, really close to the edge. Now, one thing that I didn't do on these belt loops that you definitely could do, and I normally do this process, but not in this case, is you can go on your overlock machine, or if you don't have an overlock machine, use a zigzag and just zigzag this edge, and it kind of reduces the amount of fraying that you'll get on the belt loop. Isn't super necessary, but it does make the belt loop look a lot cleaner. The reason why I say it's not super necessary is because from my experience, the amount of fraying that you get off of this edge on your belt loop is very, very, very minimal, to the point where it doesn't even really make a difference, in my opinion. But I generally do like doing it because it does make the pants look a lot cleaner. These pants are for me. I don't want to do them. If I was doing like a commission or something, I'd definitely do that, but I'm not going to be doing it in this case. But it's good practice to make sure everything is clean. I've just been making so many pants. So we're nice and stitched. Pardon me, look at me, Freudian slip. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're nice and ironed, nice and pressed. Now we're going to be taking this to the sewing machine and adding 2 parallel stitches right on the edge. How close to the edge should we go? About 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. You know, use your discretion. If you want, you can use this belt loop as an example. You can kind of see that it's like right at the edge. This one I'm going to go maybe a little bit closer in, and I'm going to be running 2 parallel stitches. You can even add a 3rd one in the middle if you want to, but that's doing too much. We're not going to do that. Voila, we are back from the sewing machine. Ooh, look at that. Look at these nice belt loops. I also made a salmon pinkish one. All right, now we're gonna cut these to size. I'm gonna make this one 4 inches long. So I'm going to first cut off the excess on the end here, and let's Our next step is going to be attaching these to pants, and attaching these to the pants is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. First thing I want to do is I want to turn up the edges by about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of an inch around there. And I take my good handy dandy pliers and I just kind of press the edge so that'll stay folded on both ends. A lot of hand work. I'm doing this. I'm gonna be upping my grip strength. So I'm just going to be doing this to all of these. And I can give it a quick press as well too. We are back. The ends are folded in. And here's where you can see the fraying that I'm talking about. So it's minimal fraying, not really anything that's going to be super detrimental. And this one's kind of big actually. Let me trim that off. All right, now we are going to install these onto our pants. Let me show you how to do that with our new fresh pants here. This is the waistband of our pants. Here's the center back. And we're gonna be installing this by stitching it first onto the top and stitching it onto the bottom. Really simple, really straightforward. We're gonna be using the bar tack, which is pretty much what we use for the belt loops. That stitch that we're gonna be doing here, right on here and there. I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine. I'm gonna do all the belt loops and I'll be right back. And we're done. The belt loops look super nice and clean, slim, immaculate, Ozempic-ass belt loops. I'm gonna put these pants on so you guys can see what they look like. Oh, wow. You can kind of see they got like salmon pockets, pocket here, purple pockets, blue back pockets. So yeah, they're nice and colorful. Happy sewing, happy holidays. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.